Hello, my schnoffs. How are you doing today? Some fantastic battles ahead of us. Let's get going. So first off, what are these battles? What is going on? This is again, I joined King of the Hill. This has nothing to do with the tournament, by the way. This is King of the Hill. This is their own ongoing tournament to test who is the best at BTD Battles. It's a series of 5. Basically, if you get to 3 wins first, it's the end. So technically, it could be a series of 3, I suppose. And it's going to be very intense. I'm actually challenging somebody who's a higher rank than me because I'm technically the lowest rank there is because I just joined. So that means that obviously everybody's higher than me. But even these lower ranked people are still really freaking good. So this is actually my friend. I don't know how to pronounce his name still. I don't know. It's Ngue02. And he's a pretty good player. First thing you're going to notice is Hydro Dam is the starting map. And let's just say that I sucked it up really freaking bad. These pinks just completely rocked my socks off. The ninja action was just straight up terrible. I don't know what else to say. I got down to 7 lives. I got a 3rd tier ninja. I just overfarmed pretty much. I over-ecoed or I overfarmed one of the two. Probably both. But I ended up with 7 lives, so I still did survive, so I still have a chance. You know, sometimes you can come back from these extreme deficits and win the game, but you're definitely at a disadvantage because now you're playing really, really defensive. The other guy's like, oh, I don't really care, man. I'll farm it up. I'll get some good eco. I'll get all that stuff going. The only way you might win is if somebody is over-aggressive with this, because you're playing extra defensive. If they just keep on rushing and rushing and rushing, trying to do that 7 lives of damage, they're going to slowly waste all their money until you just go for a mega rush on level 13 or 15 or 18. And then you can usually end up winning those games. So I'm going to see if this guy maybe messes up their strategy and just hopefully makes me win. But actually, I messed it up because I over-ecoed again. And I freaking messed it up even worse. I did end up saving my life by going for a 4-2 ninja, but my eco is completely obliterated right now. I have, like, nothing. I have 1 random farm that I spent all my money on. I have 310 eco, so yeah, I feel really bad about this. But it's still not over. That's the thing. That's the cool thing about these games is, again, you could still come back from this extreme deficit. So what I think my main plan is just knowing that Hydro Dam's a really hard level to survive for your Rainbow Rushes. It's possible, for sure. If you eco and you don't go for any crazy rushes early on in the game, but I'm kind of hurt right now, so I know that if I don't rush with the Rainbow Rush, he'll kill me with a Rainbow Rush. We're pretty much going to go all out on a Rainbow Rush. Not all out, but mostly all out on a Rainbow Rush. And here it is, level 13. Let's wait it out, guys. Wait it out. We need to go for this thing really freaking soon. Let's go for it. All right, go. Rico Rainbow. Oh, he did the exact same freaking thing as me. Rico Rainbow Rush with pinks underneath it. Camo pinks, by the way. Very good play by him. So we ended up winning the first game. Second game is on indoor pools. Oh my. Indoor pools, man. This one's a toughie as well. These games are sped up just a little bit. Hopefully it's not too bad for you. Let me know what you think about it. I didn't feel like I overdid the speeding upness. I did it about 2 times. About 2 times, because overall, all of these battles together were about 40 minutes long, believe it or not. And there was actually no lag, so yeah, we played a long time of battles today. So, of course, since this is one of my first episodes of King of the Hill, I would like you guys to tell me what you think about it. If you think I should change something, slow it down, speed it up, whatever you want to do, I will do my best to make it work for you. But just keep in mind that it does make it easier for me, because I just played for 40 minutes to not have to commentate for another 40 minutes. That'll be like 2 hours of making a single video. Because I don't commentate live, I commentate after the fact. So that being said, how we doing? Well, pretty good. I think we're pretty even right now. I actually went with a ninja taxed strategy. Well, he went for a ninja taxed cannon strategy, which is actually pretty good. The only thing that I did a little different was I had farms, which I felt like were going to be kind of fun. I've been using farms a lot lately, trying to test them out on all the maps, see if they work for me. And for the most part, they do. I just tend to overfarm a little bit, and I end up overstretching my bounds. I end up losing a lot of lives. Which gets pretty darn intense, man. Pretty darn intense, indeed. So we both have textures right now. Obviously, on level 8, you have yellows coming out, so you gotta be freaking careful on level 8. What I'm guessing is we're gonna have a Ring of Fire battle of some sort. Of course, I'm building another farm because I'm silly, and I'm actually deciding to go for a mortar instead. I went for a mortar instead of a Ring of Fire, which I don't know if that's a good idea. I felt like, honestly, I could defend it, but I'm just not sure. And there it is. The yellows are coming out against me. He knew that I wasn't able to defend it, and I ended up going for another ninja because I had to sell my farm to get that ninja. And it was okay, but I indeed lost a lot of lives again. So was it worth it? I had to sell my farm that I just bought the round before and all that stuff. Like, no, it wasn't worth it at all. Like, that farm was just a silly thing to get. Well, you live and you learn, I suppose. Again, most of these battles are me, of course, learning these things, because a lot of these people have played each other a lot, and because they've played each other a lot, they understand the game maybe a little bit better than me, or at least have some better ideas than me. So here we go, level 13, I just decided to go all out Rigo Rainbow Rush, man. I had those 2 farms built up, and actually the farms ended up winning me the game right there, because I had a big $5,000 rush. Even versus his Ring of Fire, he couldn't defend it. So here we go, A game. Oh man, this was his decision to go for A game. So right now it is 1-1. We each have a win. So this is a tack shooter ice battle right now. Woo-wee, that's intense. I've actually thought about going for ice towers more often lately, because they seem like they're a really good tower. I mean, I feel like on most maps you could probably use ice towers fairly well, especially on A game, just because all the balloons kind of just go to the same area. Alright, so I'm finally getting my ninja down here. I feel like the ninja is actually a really good tower for down here. You don't need a ninja, you could use other things like dart monkeys or anything, really. But I feel like ninjas are usually the best, mainly because they're just so freaking accurate. Usually accuracy's key, and getting a 3rd tier ninja usually stops anything up until, you know, around like 8 or so, and then once you see the yellows, it's like, oh, crap, monkeys. So I'm actually getting ready for another big rush that's coming out. Also, this guy's losing a lot of lives to these pinks. He's had to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ice towers, believe it or not, just to defend the pinks. And I actually went quite crazy with my pink rush, by the way. I went with pretty much all pinks, and I decided to just get a farm instead of going full out eco. You know, there's something wrong with that. And on top of that, instead of sending out blacks, I even just kept sending out these pinks. But if you look out at his side right now, he's rushing with greens all over the place. Tons of greens everywhere. Even with 2 3-0 attack shooters and that ninja there, I'm still losing a bunch of lives. It's a little bit sad. A little bit sad. Sometimes it's just okay to lose lives, actually, just to make sure you're going to get a pretty nice chunk of ego going. But for level 8, instead of going for another farm and getting all greedy and stuff, I did decide to go for my really quick Ring of Fire. But sadly enough, check it out, man. Regrow whites are not that, or regrow whites are really good against a Ring of Fire, which I was totally not expecting at all. That's one thing that I really need to keep in mind for future reference, is that I thought the Ring of Fire was going to be able to pop everything until around like 11 or so, but nope. Even though it does do a pretty darn decent job. I mean, check it out. It takes blacks down to blues and all that stuff. If we get some Bernie stuff action, maybe one other random tower or something, we should be alright over there. So if you look over at his side right there, I decided to go for a really quick mini rush. I went for a lead zebra mix right there, and luckily enough for him, his mortar was able to stop most of those balloons fairly easily, which, by the way, a mortar is just an overpowered tower beyond belief. And I decided to go for another rush against this guy with a regrow rainbow rush of death, but he actually got a Ring of Fire up in time with the mortar on top of a ninja cleaning it up, so we did an excellent job of defending that rush. Absolutely excellent, and I wasted a ton of money, so now I'm kind of left in the dark right now. He's going for a couple of quick regrow ceramics, but luckily enough for me, I'm able to defend most of them. Oh my god, can we lose? Oh, we're still alive, but barely. We defended those regrow ceramics. I'm absolutely amazed that we were able to do that. A little bit of micro mortar action going on right now. And this game's just getting quite tense. I did actually prepare for those ceramics to the best of my ability. I used a couple ninjas up to 0. I got at least one ninja up to 0-2. And another tack shooter up to 3-0, which are both really good ceramic popping power towers. And then the Ring of Fire, of course, just does an excellent job no matter what at popping pretty much everything that is not a ceramic balloon. So how are we doing? Well, first thing you're going to notice is my ego is absolute poop. Complete poop, to say the least. So, here we go. This game's going to get straight up intense right now. I ended up using a 2-4 ninja, and I just tried to survive with my current towers. I ended up getting a Ring of Fire as well to defend these things. But he tried to mortar stall the mortar right before the very end with 0 money left, and we do end up taking this game as well. Okay, so we're officially up. We're up 2-1 at the moment. So things are looking in our favor. But that does not mean that the game is over just yet. So an interesting pick from him. He actually went for Battle Park, which I will mention right now that I have not practiced Battle Park at all for any of my games. Everybody's been saying that they're just going to pick really, really short maps, and that just kind of made sense, because people usually don't like to play until around 38 or 40 or whatever. So I was like, alright, that's fine. I ended up going with a 2-0 cannon as well as a ninja. I upgraded my ninja instead of my cannon, which was probably a bad idea. Honestly, getting a 3rd tier cannon was probably a better idea. Checking out his screen right there, he's been able to defend every single pink balloon that I've been sending, and I've just been trying to do 1 life of damage because I saw the 3rd tier cannon. I know the 3rd tier cannon is usually pretty good, but he can mess up versus these pinks if he just misses once. It's pretty much like 1 balloon is going to get through. But he does not miss. That means all that money that we spent on those pinks, completely worthless. Completely worthless. And on top of that, because I spent kind of a lot of money, and I got a 3rd tier ninja as well to try and defend these things, it's not exactly looking good for us. I will admit that right now. So he's going for a lot of greens, which is good for his eco, but again, not very good for trying to do damage to me. Honestly, I was expecting to do this no less lost. I was expecting to get to round 40, hoping for a tie on round 40. And then, let's just say bad things happened, guys. Bad things happened. So I got a little bit greedy with my eco, I think. These yellow balloons. And guess what? One random green, and one random little blue to be down to the ground. Check it out. 2 lives lost. And that changes the game completely. Because in a normal everyday game, I'd just be like, I don't really care, man. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll just keep on going. Eventually we'll take him down to level 50 or something. Even if we have to go late game. But, yeah. Let's just say it was not exactly fantastic. To say the least. So now I'm down to pretty much 2 choices. I either have to go for some sort of rush where I'm just going to do tiny itty bitty bits of lives of damage. It doesn't really matter what the heck I do. As long as I do a little tiny bit of damage, I'll be alright. Whether it's layering the camo pinks or layering something or doing something, I just need to hope for the best. I need to do some lives of damage. Or I can go for a super crazy mega rush right around level 35 or so and hope that I can take this guy down. Hopefully kill him, actually, to be honest. Hopefully kill him. But that's an extremely crazy thing to do on something like Battle Park, because Battle Park's probably one of the easiest maps in the entire world to play. Probably. And I'm noticing the extreme power of a 4-2 cannon on this level. I honestly don't think any regular balloons could get through a 4-2 cannon and a mortar combo just by themselves, let alone with a random boat or getting another random tower as well, just to kind of help out. So I'm actually playing a little bit more on the crazy side right now. I figured what he's doing is he's probably playing more of a defensive game, and he's probably not going to rush me, and that means my eco needs to be up kind of high. I need to just kind of say, screw it, if he rushes me, no matter what, I was going to lose anyways, because I pretty much have no chance unless I get a way higher eco than him. So that's kind of the plan right now, guys. My plan is to hopefully just get a massive eco, do a massive rush in the late game, and hopefully do some damage, and hopefully take him down. At least that's the plan. So here we go. Needed a 4-2 cannon extra to summon more baller to get that, by the way. A little bit of quick micro action because of my sad little defense right there. It was pretty bad. I had a 4-2 ninja and a 3-2 cannon, and even though that's good, and plus a mortar, I mean, even though that's decent, it probably can't defend billions of ceramics and not a Moab or anything of that nature. So, Battle Park. Hopefully this isn't a little bit boring for you guys. By the way, I like to mention this every once in a while because people seem to be kind of confused or not understanding about the eco of the world as far as what is the best thing to go for eco in the late game. The fastest eco you can get late game is sending out pinks. But if you really want to be kind of a problem to the person, you probably won't be able to get, well, if you really want to be more of a pain to people, your best bet is honestly sending out blacks or group whites or group blacks, because it'll make them so they have to build more defense, possibly, in the case of my earlier game. This guy was sending out blacks against me. And the main reason why I did that was probably just because he didn't need to send out pinks to get his max eco, and he could have caused more issues and maybe buy more towers by sending out those grouped blacks. So yes, it did actually end up helping him out. Even though that's usually not the case, by the way, because usually people don't have a terrible defense like I do. They usually build a lot better defense, and they kind of just get eco just because they can. And then, and the reason why it says, by the way, just so we can not have to argue about this, the reason why it says black give more eco than pinks, but pinks end up giving more eco, is because of the cooldown factor, man. The cooldown factor! Blacks have a pretty long cooldown, and pinks have an extremely short cooldown, and that equals, guess what? Yeah, you got it, guys. It means the pinks give you more eco. Also, just because we can, we're going to rush with this Oh My God. This is actually a Rico's Oh My God. Why did I do this? Well, what I was really hoping for is I was hoping that I could make him spend a lot of his money on a defense instead of eco, and hopefully by the time I get to round 35 or so, I can have enough stuff to end up rushing this guy. Anyways, he did a very crazy risky thing right there. He did not 2-4 boat those BFBs. I was expecting a 2-4 boat on those BFBs, and I was expecting him to sell by, and that would have hurt his eco just a little bit, not crazy or anything like that, but would have hurt him a little bit, and would have ended up causing the game to be quite ridiculous. But he didn't end up doing that. He ended up trying to actually defeat them with just his current things. Anyways, I am a little bit sad right now because I kind of miscalculated a little bit, and I probably should have sent out a rush just a little bit earlier. And because I sent out that Zoma God right around level 30, it really hurt my eco. I was trying to get my eco back, and I wasn't able to really get things going anymore by the time I needed to do another rush. So that's why I'm trying to save up my money now, but then I'm realizing my defense is really, really bad, and I'll probably end up losing to natural balloons. Check it out, these mobs are extremely quick once you get to level 35, and right at the very end, these balloons are getting to the very freaking end, and I'm getting my mortars up. I'm stalling these mortars. The balloons look like they got through, and no, barely any of them got through, but it doesn't really matter that much because I'm probably not going to end up doing anything anyways. But we need to rush this guy. I know I got my mortars buying, selling, stalling, doing whatever I can just to make this game a little bit better, but here we go. Let's go for it. We got a couple BFBs and a Zoma God. And this is where it's going to get really intense, but guess what he's doing, guys? The extreme, delicious strategy of them all. He is selling and buying the 2-4 boat, and he insta-killed all his BFEs that I just sent out against him, and it actually doesn't really hurt his eco that much anywhere near what it hurt mine. And he is probably going to take this Zoma God down. On top of that, he had the 2-4 ninja as well, and it looks like things are going really, really bad for me. I pretty much can't do anything. I mean, I got a little bit of money left over, but that doesn't really help us out that much. So, I kind of just gave up. One other thing that I could have maybe done just a little bit better, maybe kind of sort of a little bit, is went for fast cooldown Moabs. Even that sounds a little bit weird. It's a possibility. So anyways, check this out, guys. It's officially 2-2. We are completely even, and this game is on Mandrian. Mandrian. I still don't even know how to say it. I don't care, though. So, I honestly, like he said, I really don't like this map, but I do have to practice it for sure. I have to get better at it, and hopefully we can make this kind of a fun thing. I'm still learning it. This map's still one of the most difficult maps for me, for sure. I've been using the cannon ninja strategy quite often lately, and I think I'm going to switch over to a cannon tack shifter strategy pretty soon as well, because this guy, as you can notice, did a really, really good cannon tack shifter strategy, and it worked out really, really well for him. And honestly, I feel like it could work out well for me, because I really don't like using third tier cannons on this level. Check it out, the pinks just bloop, they're just lame. They're lame, man. I don't like dealing with them. But it is what it is, and when you have to deal with them, you have to deal. So I ended up mixing some pinks and blues as well, and actually did some damage to him. Awesome sauce, man. So it looks like the third tier cannon was actually a little bit better for some reason. But I also feel like I spent a little bit more money, probably, on my ninja compared to his tack-shooter cannon thing. He's probably got a little bit better eco than me. Oh my god, my throat, man. My throat is just getting a little bit lame. And he goes for a crazy strategy here, guys. A really early Ring of Fire. Absolutely ridiculous. You don't see that too often, do you? I'm not sure if I'd even like to do that, though, if I actually tried some sort of strategy like that. I would probably end up waiting on the Ring of Fire until level 8. And that might mean that I have to spend a little bit more money on ninjas or something in the early game, but I'd probably end up selling him to get that Ring of Fire anyway, so it probably wouldn't be that bad. You have to be careful as well, though, because even though the Ring of Fire is extremely nice and usually very, very effective, even on this map, it can make you lose lives. So I went for a couple regrow whites really quick, and it didn't really work out. The reason why I sent out regrow whites instead of just regrow blacks is mainly because regrow whites are a little bit faster than regrow blacks. The white layer is just faster. And I was hoping that I could just sneak some of them through the Ring of Fire, but no, it didn't work at all. His ninja was just a little bit too good, and his Ring of Fire, again, was just a little bit too good. So what that ended up being is a kind of worthless rush. Pretty much completely worthless. My yellows, my blacks, my regrows, my yellow whatevers, all that stuff, worthless. Wasted a lot of money on those things. But it did help out my eco just a little bit. You know, I got up to about 565? 565, so that's like a pretty good amount, right? I think so. But here it is, the deadliest level of them all, level 13. I was thinking about rushing this guy on level 13, but I figured he probably had more money than me, and he was probably going to get a second Ring of Fire up, and indeed he does. Exactly as planned, he gets a second Ring of Fire up, which as soon as I saw that, I actually went for a few more pinks on my side. I wanted to be, not safe, but I didn't want to be too crazy with it. And I want to get a little bit more money, and I had just enough money for Ring of Fire, so I was like, I feel reasonably safe doing a little bit more eco on that action. Especially when you see somebody just spend $2,500 at a tower. You know he's not going to send out a crazy big rush against you or anything like that. So at the moment, what is going on? He's just got a crazy amount of tack shooters in the middle there. Kind of ridiculous. Very, very good against ceramics, by the way. Oh, he actually managed to get a random camo ceramic through my mortar right there. Kind of crazy. Kind of weird. Don't know how we did it. It was kind of because I had a small blast instead of a bigger blast. I ended up upgrading that bigger blast just because I was like, hey, dude, I do not want to lose to a random camo ceramic getting through my defense. It's not fun. But here it is. This is where it's going to get absolutely crazy again. Mandrian, Moab time. So Mako's slightly better than his, surprisingly. So we just got to not blow this game. You know, we got 100 extra eco. That's a pretty big chunk of money right there. Every minute we're getting an extra like $1,000 or so. So hey, I'll take that, right? I will take that for sure. But here's this. I mean, I don't even know, guys. I don't even know. I don't even remember what the heck happens this game. To be honest, all I remember is craziness happens. Absolute craziness in the end of the game. So I feel like I should have probably gotten a second mortar just in case any sort of random camos come through here, but I ended up not doing that. Instead, I actually went for a sort of trick strategy. I was kind of hoping that he was going to forget that the Moab comes out on level 23 on the top left there, and I was trying to kind of distract him with my getting ready for a defense against the bottom right here. What I ended up doing was getting a mortar over there on the top, and he actually does rush me with a BFB on level 23 as well. So that's kind of a good thing, but I got to get the Ring of Fire on the top there, so I have to micro like crazy right now, my friends. Absolute crazy microwave. So I ended up trying to sell everything and send out Moabs instead of trying to actually beat this BFB. Honestly, I probably could have beat this BFB if I tried, but oh my god, we heard him a bunch of lives, but we are still going to end up losing to this stupid BFB. Lame-tastic, and we ended up losing the game. That's all I'm going to have for you guys today. Hopefully you like the series. If you have any suggestions or anything about future videos, let me know. I'd love to hear about them. And expect some more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Have a super duper delicious day.